for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In fact, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu feared for the Prophet's life more than he feared for his own life. As soon as both men arrived at the cave, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to stay outside. He went inside to check the cave. He knew that if the Quraysh had got hold of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it would have been the end of Islam. In the cave, both men spent 3 days in the cave until the Quraysh's search cooled down. They were served every night with food by Abu Bakr's daughter Asma radiyallahu anha, and brought news of the search efforts by Abu Bakr's son Abdurrahman radiyallahu anhu. The reward. Because the Quraysh were not able to catch the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion, they fixed a reward of 100 camels for whoever caught hold of the 2 migrants. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, a guide and a servant left the cave and headed to Al-Medina on zigzagging ways to mislead the pagans. Attempts to catch the 2 migrants. On the way to Al-Medina, a horseman named Suraqa ibn Malik followed the migrants. Suraqa heard news of the reward set by the Quraysh for the heads of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr. The man got very near to them and was about to get hold of them. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that someone had been following their steps. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam calmly prayed to Allah to save them. No sooner did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam finish his prayers before the horseman was thrown down from his horse. He tried again to catch the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion, but once more his horse's feet went deep in the sand and could not move a step forward. Once more, the horseman did his best to come near the group of travelers, but his horse fell down and he was thrown off its back.
My back.
Now he knew that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion were out of his range, and that they were true in their faith. He shouted to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion, asking them to forgive him, and promised them to go back and even to mislead other reward seekers. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed to Allah to forgive him. Signs of prophethood. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion felt safe, they sought some rest and food. They stopped at a tent known to Arabs on the way to Al-Medina. There lived a woman named Ma'bad with her sheep.
What did you say your name was? Muhammad? I don't think I've ever heard a name like that before. You're going to where? Al-Medina? All right.
She was selling milk and food to travelers. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu asked her to sell them some milk. She complained that she had no milk to sell. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw a very weak sheep beside the tent. He asked the woman permission to milk it. She did not object, although she was sure the animal would not give any drop of milk. The Prophet ﷺ prayed to Allah, touched the sheep's breast, and began milking it. To the woman's astonishment, he milked a full pot.
It's a miracle. How did you do that? She never ever gave milk like that before. There's something different about you.
He took some sips of milk, gave the pot to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and the other two men to drink. All of them got enough milk and left the rest for the woman. The people welcomed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. News of the departure of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion from Mecca reached Al-Medina. They were expected to arrive on a certain day. All the people were waiting at the outskirts of the town for their arrival. On the day of the arrival, men, women, and children were waiting under the heat of the sun until it was high noon.
Daddy, did they come yet?
No, not yet. But I pray to Allah it'll be soon. Inshallah, it won't be much longer.
Did they come yet?
No, they didn't come yet. I don't see anybody. We'll try to wait just a little longer.
Hey, everybody, look! There they are!
They were about to leave back to their homes, but a Jew called them from the top of a palm tree, telling them to wait. He told them that the migrants for whom they were waiting appeared in the horizon. The inhabitants of Al-Medina and early migrants felt happy for the safe arrival of the Prophet ﷺ and his companion. They welcomed the group with cheers of joy and praises to Allah. Abu Bakr in Al-Medina. Solidarity and brotherhood.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله
Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu settled with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and other migrants in Al-Medina. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam soon organized Islamic brotherhood among the supporters and the migrants. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was made the brother in faith of Kharija ibn Zayd of the tribe of Khazraj. He, like other migrants, started his life in Al-Medina, preparing for the establishment of the new Islamic state. He helped his brothers in Islam in building the mosque, and even earned his living by working for wages on the farms of Al-Medina. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu had already accepted the Prophet's proposal to marry his daughter Aisha radiallahu anha after the death of the Prophet's wife Khadija radiallahu anha. As conditions in Mecca were not good to complete the marriage, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu waited until they were safe and secure in Al-Medina. As soon as they arrived in Al-Medina, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married Aisha radiallahu anha. This marriage added to the strong relations between the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Building the Islamic State. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu always kept close to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to help in matters